viewers. Welcome. Hello, Federal viewers. Welcome to this exclusive live again. The first half of the Ultimate Showdown, the ICC Champions Trophy Final, has come to an end. The first half has concluded. The Kiwis have put on board 251 runs for Team India to chase. To discuss more on this, we've got with us K Srinath, former first-class cricketer representing Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and BCCI umpire. So, firstly, thank you so much for joining. My first question to you is: did you feel a little bit of uncomfortableness? Did you see a body language change in Team India today? Because there were a lot of catch drops. There was nervousness. What do you think?
I wouldn't say nerves per se, but yeah, four catches going down, and
Right,
all were tough chances. And mind you, the likes of Shubman Gill putting down chances in a final.
right.
But nevertheless, I wouldn't say it was nerves, but overall, yes, they would not have been pretty happy with the catching per se on the ground. But overall I think the bowlers made it up for that.
Right. So we always say catches win matches, but today the spinners were at the front, be it Kuldeep Yadav, Varun Chakravarti, who started the breakthrough. Kuldeep Yadav brought in like two attacks back to back, and then Jadeja joined the party. So they were in their top form. How impressed were you by their spell?
I mean, I've never seen a better performance by spinners in a world event, especially in a final. To be
Right,
honest, the surface didn't offer that much of spin like the previous games played in the Dubai International Stadium. If you go by numbers, 38 overs of spin were bowled. The only bowler who didn't
right.
complete his full quota of 10 overs was Aksa Patel.
But
They just
yeah,
gave away 100. They just gave away 134 runs in 38 overs. That's just
right,
about 3.5 runs per over. That shows the sort of stranglehold the four spinners had on the Kiwi batters, and it just speaks volumes about the consistency, the areas, the lines and lengths our four spinners bowled.
sir. A word on captaincy as well. Rohit Sharma's captaincy was also clinical today. How do you assess him as a captain in the final?
He's always been a player's captain, so it
Right,
was nothing different he did today. But he held his nerves well. Though New Zealand got off to a flyer, I would say in the first 6-7 overs, India didn't make any breakthrough with the new ball. But nevertheless,
right,
he had all his cards held close to his chest. He brought on Varun Chakravarti in the power play, and the way he handled all the four spinners right from the power play to the end, I think that was phenomenal. So he calculated the overs of all these bowlers pretty well, and he
right.
used them magnificently. Absolutely, he was spot on in the changes he made today. And every time there was a wicket taken, you immediately saw either Kuldeep or Varun Chakravarti brought back into the attack. And also, he
Right.
had an attacking position like a slip in position. So that showed the calmness and the presence of mind Rohit had. I think he did a fabulous job as a skipper in the first half.
Beautiful, sir. Talking about bowlers, we did see Shami, out of colors today. He was a bit expensive. Um, it also seemed like he was injured a bit. So, is that a worrying concern? Obviously, we're at the tail end of the tournament, but still going ahead. It was very out of character for him to be so expensive and not be as attacking as we expected him to be.
Look, it can happen an off day for a quality bowler like Shami. So it showed that the pitch played true, and there
Right,
wasn't much either for the spinners or the faster bowlers. And we could see both Rachin Ravindra, Willeng, both of them were able to play shots on the rise against the new ball. Barring the
right,
first couple of overs, we did see some seam movement and some swing in the air. Rest of it, the pitch looked pretty flat. Yeah, it can
correct.
be a day off, but I didn't see any sign of Shami showing, any discomfort on the field of play. One of those
Okay,
days wherein a couple of good balls he bowled were squeezed out for boundaries. So, and then if that hadn't happened, he wouldn't have been eight overs, 9 overs for 70 odd. So that's just the scorecard read for you. But yes, typically the expectations when Shami comes to bowl and he's the spearhead of this Indian pace attack, you would expect him to pick up a couple of wickets. Yes, overall, 10 overs of fast bowling in this game cost us 100. So 10 per over
right.
were the fast bowlers which they went at. I think that should augur well for India because New Zealand is playing three fast bowlers. Pitch is going to play
Right.
true like it did in the first innings. I think we are in for a feast when India bats.
Yes. Talking about bowlers, one all-rounder, in fact, whose services we would need heavily in the second innings would be Akshar Patel. But he also seemed like he was in a bit of an injury. He seemed very uncomfortable. You also have had visuals of seeing him in the dugout, treating his finger and getting treated for his injury. So how will it make an impact, because Akshay Patel coming in, going for those crucial runs is very, very important for India, say if the initial wickets fall down pretty quick.
I don't see that as a major concern because I think it
Okay.
was just a small injury on his finger which he got treated. In fact, he came back and bowled a couple of overs after that. Doesn't look
Right.
any serious because he was fielding in long off and long on during the death overs. And that shouldn't
Okay.
be impact his batting per se. And in this run chase, if you think that India is going to really look at Akshar Patel to pull it off, I don't think then we've done well enough because Akshar is basically filled in that role as a number five to get that left hand
Right.
right hand combination getting in. But that certainly is not a worry for India because they've got top class batters to do the job for them today.
Beautiful, sir. But challenging the top class batters, New Zealand will miss the services of Matt Henry. He is not in the playing 11 today. So unfortunate for him to miss out. In fact, we saw the visuals of him crying when he realized that he couldn't be in the part of playing 11. How big of a blow is this going to be for New Zealand when they come in defending 251?
I mean, it's certainly a body blow. It's a massive setback for New Zealand because Matt Henry, not only their spearhead and premier fast bowler, but he's
Right.
had a lot of success in the past against India. And memory is very short. When India played their last league game against New Zealand, when they beat New Zealand, I think Matt Henry was the one who made early inroads and picked up a fifer. I think
Right.
that's really going to be a big blow. But an opportunity for Smith today to stand up in place of him. I don't think India would have seen much of him. This is a
Right.
godsend opportunity for Smith to prove his mettle, and no better chance to play in a final of a Champions Trophy. Yes, a combination might be upset a bit, but nevertheless, now he's out of the playing 11. It's up to Smith, Roorke, and Jamieson with the new ball as to how much of damage they can do with the new ball up front.
So in the first innings, we've seen how India's spinners have been lethal with their attack. So for New Zealand, spin has been their forte as well. How will their attack, trouble the men in blue when they go out to bat today?
Wouldn't say trouble the Indian batters because now India has seen they fielded 50 overs and then seen how the pitches behave. I think, to be honest, 251 on this pitch looks below par to me. But having said that, this is a final. So
Right.
251 in a league phase would have been below par, but in a final, it's plus 20 always with the scoreboard pressure. But having said that, the Indians would have a fair measure of how the pitch has been behaving. And we've
Right.
seen throughout the tournament played in Dubai, that there's not been much of dew. So whatever happens should be with the new ball. And when the likes of Kuldeep and Varun Chakravarti, both who are wrist spinners, could not extract that much of turn from the pitch, I don't see how much Bracewell or Santner could. But certainly, yes, Santner has always been very effective against India. But Indians certainly will come up with a plan against him, quietly play him out maybe 3.5, 4 runs and over, and not give him any wickets. I think that would put the pressure back on New Zealand.
So in the pre-match preview, you had mentioned that Shreyas Iyer will be the dark horse in this contest. What is your view now? Who would you bet your money on in the chase?
You never know. Shreyas Iyer might not even get to bat today. If
Yeah,
Rohit
that's
Sharma
exactly
and
why I
Rohit
asked.
Sharma and Shubman Gill can get off to a flyer, you never
Right.
know. The top three can finish off the game. But yeah, nevertheless, it's a game of cricket, and final chasing 252 is certainly not as easy as we sit and discuss here. But
Right.
if India can negotiate the new ball the first 10 overs without losing any wickets, I think if Rohit Sharma can, uh, go through the first 10 overs, and he's due for a big one. And we all know what sort of a player Rohit Sharma is. A big match player, no bigger occasion than the Champions Trophy final. So I
Right.
think, yeah, keeping fingers crossed, if Shreyas doesn't get to bat, it will be a cakewalk. But even if he gets to
Right.
bat, I think certainly he will come good.
Beautiful, sir. A couple of words on Virat Kohli as well. He'll be out there in the middle. He has to, all these top three Indian senior players, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Ravindra Jadeja. Uh, there are speculations that this could be their last ICC outing. So, what do you expect from Virat Kohli on a Sunday in a chase at an ICC final?
See, we are nobody to write somebody's career. We are not here to write anybody's obituary. So it's an individual decision. There are people who will decide about their future, and they themselves know better than anybody else. So I am nobody to comment about whether this could be a swan song for Rohit or Jadeja or Virat Kohli. But yes, they are just looking at this as a final, one game in the ICC Champions Trophy final, and they know the veracity and big game, how big a game this is. So Virat has been through this in his last 17, 18 years of career, and he's the best chase master in world cricket. So
Right.
the number of hundreds he's made in winning causes while India has won chasing, and you can't expect anything different from Virat Kohli. I think he steps on the field, the intensity is there, and you certainly will see him at the top of his game. No two things about it. But as I said, it all depends on the sort of start India gets. India gets off
Right.
to a good start. I think rest will be history.
Beautiful, sir. Beautifully summed up. I think the verdict, final verdict from here, going into the chase would be India's crucial knock in the first 10 overs. That would decide if India can get their hands closer to their second consecutive ICC trophy. The chase will be on in very few minutes. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your insights. Please join us again for a post match review of the ICC Champions Trophy final. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.